Well, today I sand, and I can see I'm going to have to be a lot more careful when I do the base than when I sand the top. I want to round this over a little bit, but when I round over the edge, or the ends rather, on the base, well, I'll move in a little bit and I can show you better. Now you can't help but notice here that naturally I'm going to want to sand this down to get rid of this rough end grain. But if I accidentally sand down too much right here, like right there, then this joint is not going to fit flush with the rest of the base. In other words, it'll be too rounded over. So I don't have to be so careful right here, but I do have to be careful right here. Now I actually do have a box of 80 grits here. And I don't think I need to start out that coarse though. I think I'll start out with 120 and then work my way up to 600. I don't think I actually need to go as fine as 600, but I'm planning to use it especially on the end grain. I want to get it as polished and as smooth as possible here. I think it'll look a lot better. Well, maybe, maybe not. Now, I hate sanding. So you're probably thinking, why is it that you bought boxes of 100 if you hate sanding? Well, it was a lot cheaper per disc if you bought 100. A lot cheaper. Now, I don't know why it is I dislike sanding, but I do. And I've got a nice homemade downdraft sanding box. Works really, really well. And I've got a lot of really wonderful machines. Now, mind you, this one is fun to use, and it does an excellent job, but it won't do a real good job on real small stuff, or if you want to get down really fine. I think the finest sandpaper I've got for this is 180 grit. Oh no, pardon me, 220. That's the finest I've got. But when you use a fine grain sandpaper in a machine like this, you have to be very careful that you don't end up burning your wood. I really don't see any point in sanding the inside of this dial board, or actually any other piece that's not going to be seen. And I have to remember that the dial is going to be covering most of the center of it anyway. So it's just sort of the outside inch and the corners. Anyway, it's going to get really noisy in here. I'm going to have two vacuums going. One for this and one for the downdraft sanding box. And by the way, this thing howls something fierce. I guess it's got something to do with the way the wind is whistling through the holes. So anyway, plug your ears. Now I might be rushing this just a little, but I can hardly wait to see how this is going to look. So I'm just going to do this one piece in advance here. Can always sand it off if I don't like it. Well, here we go. I'm happy. This is the same wipe-on poly that I used on the jumbo segmented bowl a couple of months ago, and it turned out pretty good, but it did take about 10 coats. So that means that in order to get all these pieces sanded and probably 10 coats of the poly on, there's going to be a bit of a lull here in the series. Now, it doesn't mean I'm not going to try something else, in between, but anyway, going to be a bit of a break here, at least in this series. So, thanks for watching. You too, Jackson.